All right, what's going on, family? How we doing? Welcome back to another Saturday morning. OhnahjiU Saturday in the building. It's your host, Ohnahji B. Brian, founder behind Ohnahji University, and got the co-host with the mostest, co-hostess with the mostest, Boss 2.0 in the building. What's going on, fam? Dina Communications. How we feeling, chat? What's going on? What's the vibe this Saturday morning? Hope the week went well. Hope the weekend is starting off perfect. Boss, how you doing this morning? What's going on? How you feeling?
We are here. It's a Saturday morning. Feeling good. Feeling even better. I'm officially on fall break, so feeling
Hey,
good about that. I know. Like I got home last night when the bed crashed. Like the whole week finally caught up with me. But no, I'm not gonna miss an ONJUU Saturday. So glad to be here. Glad to see what's been going on. Good to see the chat here with us. Good to see us streaming on all these awesome destinations. Like it's a good day.
yes, absolutely, 1000%, 1000%. It is a good day. Um, it's a good week. You know, aside from if you guys have seen, you guys been tapped into some of the market news, crypto, otherwise traditional markets. There was some plummets in the last couple days. Some interesting things going on with the administration. Hey, they're going to do what they're going to do. But it all depends on how you look at it. Is it an opportunity? Is it all is lost? That's for us, our humans to decide, right? But on the OhnahjiU side, we're doing well. We're still, coming through this daily stream journey. Today is day 55 of the second streak. Yeah, had an awesome celebration on day 50 on Monday. Sat down with Boss 2.0 for Undivided Attention, episode 10, and just had some more solid streams during the week. Boss got into it on Thursday night, a special edition for the Commons, which was an amazing episode as well, too. So yeah, we've just been, trying to do what we've been doing since 2022, and it's just bringing back the information on emerging technology, if that's blockchain, crypto, AI, metaverse, whatever it may be, and bring that back to the home team. Black, brown, allied folks trying to learn and elevate and grow in this space. So, yeah, we've been growing milestones left and right here and there, growing on the different pages, elevating. The tools. Shout out to Voss. We got this StreamYard going crazy. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of the year, the rest of the month, all that good stuff. For sure. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna shoot a couple messages out real quick here.
Got it, got
But
it.
there we go. Freezing up building. What's going on, fam? W first. It's good to see you, fam. How's the weekend starting off? Is that boss man? Yeah, boss in the building for sure,
What's
for
up? What's
sure.
up? Yep. But yeah,
No,
like
you good.
you were talking about just a moment ago, it has been a good week. It feels like that that undivided attention was like 2 weeks ago. I feel like
Right.
the week is always so packed in. But yeah, that was a good one. I actually went back and have been going bits and pieces back through it. A, to see what I can clip and repurpose, but B, just to like go back and reflect. It was a
Yes.
cool conversation. It is rare that I'm on the opposite side of the question asking.
Yeah.
uh, but it was cool and fun. And then turned around back on Thursday. Like I was saying, I was trying to be a little bit more consistent. With being back over in front of the camera, playing around with some of the stuff that you're seeing on StreamYard, and just trying to get back into the swing of the topics and talking and and being I guess a thought leader.
There you go.
And we can
Absolutely.
call it that. We can call it that for this new cycle. But yeah, that was a good one. It was a good
For
one. I,
sure.
I had a good time putting it together. Uh, and yeah, and then we're back here on Saturday with some good stuff. Talk about these markets. I got a couple of things to talk about myself over on the media side. We've been seeing some changes as far as that go. But a lot of it all those signs, all the flags are pointing to we back. Or we
Yeah.
about to be real soon. I mean, even things like what we're seeing in the market right now, it's still showing that things are coming back up. You know,
Thousand
we
percent.
we might be going into a into more of a fall winter over here with the weather, but it's just looking like a spring summer over here in the markets, and uh, excited to see what's gonna come from that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm seeing all over the place, right? We like the artists, the developers, the teams going crazy. OpenSea is tripling down, quadrupling down on their strategy right now with the treasure trove, incentives for the traders, and also their what is it? What are they calling it? Their little treasury thing that they're building up. You highlighted that a couple weeks ago, boss. But they're going ham. I've been seeing they're picking up collections left and right, tokens left and right. So I mean, they're sticking with that strategy. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of artists, like some of my favorite artists. Shout out to Carol. I'll get her handle. It's from what's her 407 Atil, I think. Don't quote me. But she actually dropped a new project. She's a generative artist, like a geometric artist. She dropped a new collection on OpenSea. I'm seeing the artists and musicians start to go crazy. Zal and a bunch of his Z Talent homies, they've got a metaverse concert today. I think that starts 1 p.m. PST my time. It's like everybody's kind of feeling the energy, the collective energy, and like, hitting it running, which is awesome to see. That's, we've been through a couple cycles, and it's always fun to see everybody just like, okay, are we back? I feel some energy shift. Okay, let me get something out there. And then it kind of just pushes the whole, ecosystem further. So yeah.
Most F. Did you mention the flagship collection just a second ago?
Ours?
No, there was something I had zoned out for a second and came back.
No,
you were talking about adding some stuff to the your wallet. Yes, wait a minute, it's coming back.
No, not us. I'm talking about OpenSea and their strategy with building up their. Yes.
Yeah, that was what I thought, and I hadn't gone to look at it since we first mentioned it. And the funny thing about it is, like, I should have gone to look at it again, since my next comment is based on the same concept. But yeah, I went to go look at it, and I'm like, oh, they have been collecting like left and right some good stuff in here. It's some good stuff in here. I'm waiting to see OhnahjiU, but some good stuff in here.
Right? Yeah. They need to put a couple of OhnahjiUs in there. That would be crazy. That would be awesome.
Here, I see a penguin. There's of course, there's some board ape in here. Now I don't know these memes by 6529. I don't know about none of that. I don't know.
Oh, word. Okay.
I don't know about no parallel avatars. It's some Sam Spratt in here, of course. And the newest looks like it's a Zuki one in here. So
yeah,
they are. I mean, big time coming in. It's a Squiggles in here as well.
Yeah,
like
they got some art block stuff in there. Yeah, which is pretty cool. I follow, like, the way that I'm seeing it is, especially like on Twitter. I follow a bunch of the developers and the team that was behind the Floor app, and then turned into Rally, and then got acquired by OpenSea. So I'm seeing a lot of them reposting that strategy. I'm ready for them to unveil this new iOS app or the new app, but hey, I'm impatiently waiting. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of them retweeting that strategy on collecting and all that good stuff. Iro in the building, he said, when OpenSea airdrop, hey, we gonna be waiting for a minute.
I hadn't heard that in a long time.
When MetaMask airdrop, no lies, Iro. Yeah, and hopefully, if they do come through, I hope it's reward some of the OGs that have built up. There's these big conglomerates, but unfortunately, that's when we get into that decentralization talk. We get in that centralization talk. It's like, are we building up these centralized companies and they can just basically do whatever they want, eventually get some shareholders and all that good stuff? And it's very Web 2-esque. I don't know. Boss, did you see the recent news about Zora and Zora's token though?
I didn't.
You didn't.
I I've been seeing a whole lot of Sora on the timeline, but
bruh.
no, I just I didn't see what was going on with with Zora. Is it positive?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, okay.
I mean, however you're looking at it, yes. Zora just recently, their Zora token just recently got listed on Robinhood. So you know how
Oh,
that
okay.
kind of goes. It kind of skyrockets things. I saw a couple, shout out to the homie Trish,
Come
over
on,
on
Trish.
Podcaster. Yeah, Trish should be going in.
Yeah.
Um, she was like, why? I took a look at my wallet. She was like, why is my Zora token up, up, up? And some of the creator coins with it, Juju, Sierra, her coin was going up crazy. Yeah, it got listed on Robinhood. So, a lot of times in this space we've seen in the cycles, when a token, comes out, gains some motion, gains some popularity, and then gets picked up by, listed by some of these other centralized exchanges. We have our thoughts on that, but it does give it a boost of, a vote of confidence, I guess, for the rest of the space and, for outside eyes, bigger markets and different things like that. So yeah, Zora got listed on Robinhood this week, which is super interesting. But yeah, Iro said they got motion. Hey, we gonna see, which is cool. Let's see. Freeze had a great question. Said, "What's an airdrop?" Basically, an airdrop is a deployment of tokens or something, deployment of assets, mints, tokens directly to somebody's wallet or directly to a group of wallets. So say like I want to do like an Ohnahji airdrop. I'm going to take a list of whoever I want it to go to, and then I just automatically just pump out some tokens to them, some NFTs, some digital assets, some tokens, whatever. Now that can be a great thing, right? Or it can also feel very like spammy and like, a lot of airdrops kind of in the beginning were like phishing schemes, to be honest. Like if you interacted with them, a lot of people in the space, especially Ohnahji family, were like, well, just leave them there, don't touch them, because even if a lot of smart contracts that were malicious had some code in there where if you interact with it or you interact with it at all, it can either drain you or set off a chain of events or something baked in the code that is harmful for you. So yeah, wow is big time. But there are some very amazing airdrops, like from companies that are out there, or tokens or collections, where they're rewarding their OG holders or whoever, or early access members, and they can just pump out a coin to whoever they want. So an airdrop is kind of like a deployment of tokens automatically, right? Which makes it interesting for the space too, because not a whole lot of people are talking about the mechanisms behind airdrops versus you having to go and actually mint something, which is two different mechanisms to get tokens to different wallets. So I hope that helped. How would you add on to that, boss? I don't know if I got to.
I wouldn't add on anymore. I think that was perfect. It takes me back, and you mentioned right when I thought about it, how spammy they kind of used to be. But then
Right.
also, like you also said, they were very much used to help reward holders sometimes, and oftentimes the things with airdrops is to get the file, the asset, the NFT to the user's wallet instead of having the user pay for the gas fees. The sender pays for those gas fees. So it put me back in mind of Okalotos and all that kind of stuff that in our own ID card, our ID that we sent out to holders, and how we've used that to help reward our holders in good ways. But I remember the many warning of getting over in OpenSea and being like, if you go to hidden, leave it there, don't touch it, like don't send it, don't trash it, it'll drain your wallet. So, and I mean, I have looked at my OpenSea and looked at MetaMask lately as well. I've been like, that's spam. I did not mean that. I got sent that.
Some junk mail in there.
It's kind of the equivalent of I sold the car, I put my product in the back, I sold it to Usher, and I say Usher uses my product.
Yeah, which was an interesting strategy because, like, for some collections that was working, which
Yeah.
was interesting. It was like just another key piece, like, oh, the whole space needs more education, you know? Which was interesting, which was, I don't know, but it was an interesting tactic, you know, and I think I still see that. Like when I look at some big wallets, I look at like Jesse's wallet sometimes, and
Mhm.
there's just people still just airdropping stuff left and right. And it can be legitimate too. And it, you know, it's just like I need to get, you know, my tokens out there. I don't know. There's so many different strategies, so many, well, the whole space, you know, is an experiment. So it's like everybody's just experimenting in ways to utilize the tech and go about, you know, their collections or, you know, the intentions behind whatever they're building, which is crazy. Iro says smart contracts are crazy, not gonna lie. Facts. Iro, do you have any smart contracts? Have you deployed any? Like, let us know. Are you on that dev end? Because I would love to see what you've been building, man. If you're on that side, you know. And it's interesting because like the smart contracts vary from like chain to chain. It's like there's so much to learn if you're on that, you know, the development side. Which was interesting because we were telling a lot of the creators and that's the side that you want to be on, especially as an artist, you know, developer or whatever, somebody who's making some stuff and you want to dabble in the Web3 and crypto and stuff. You need to know what smart contracts are, how to utilize them, how to deploy your own. You know, it's very much you know, we're teaching overall in this space, like this is a return to everybody being in control of their assets, but on the creator side, it's even more so, you know, so it's very cool. It's very cool. I geek out about all that stuff. Too
Let
funny.
me ask you real quick, since I know you're in
Yes.
it. Where are the devs at? Are they still on the timeline, or are they out like building and shipping? Because I haven't
They've
seen a whole lot of them. I know they're there because I know we're getting products, so I'm sure they're busy. But you know, are we seeing the devs return to the timeline like we did in the last cycle?
You know, my favorite devs that I'm watching and seeing, a lot of them are shipping. Yep, of course. You know, they never stop creating
Right.
and developing and shipping and stuff. But a lot of them are like getting picked up and acquired and
Mm.
going different places and pivoting from what they've been building recently to kind of maybe unfortunately, maybe fortunately, joining these bigger teams, joining these companies and these, you know, these conglomerates that are still here, which is going to be an interesting thing to kind of play out. I've seen God, what is his name? The homie behind the family wallet, which is he's killing it. He actually just got picked up by Base. So I'm
Okay.
just like, and then I know gosh, what's the homie's name behind? I'm so bad with names, but the developer behind, CEO behind Orb, the Orb app, he recently transitioned to another place as well too, away from you know, Lens Chain and Orb and all that good stuff, which is interesting because I want to know like the future behind Lens Chain and that whole conglomerate, and because they lost, you know, the family wallet CEO, they lost Orb CEO. It's like those are the type of things that I see when I see the developers in the space. They're like, okay, it's kind of time to take my talent somewhere else. They all made LeBron, you know.
Whoa.
But it is what it is. But they're still out there. They're still out there. They're still cooking. A lot of them. And I was talking to Zol. Shout out to Better Call Zol. I was talking to him yesterday and all this week. A lot of the devs are on Farcaster. And a lot of them
Okay.
are dabbling in the mini apps over there and building in that ecosystem. So kind of that trickle down from base chain, you know. It's like feel how you want to feel about that conglomerate around Coinbase and Base and all that good stuff, but they've been cooking. They've been cooking. So a lot of the talent I've seen is going over to, you know, Farcaster, dabbling in over there, and yeah. So that's where I've been seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, I'm not a dev. Unfortunately, I should get into it. You definitely should. Good skill to learn and a good way to make a bag while traveling to crypto events and stuff. Facts.
Yeah.
And those hackathons, those workshops, those ETH conferences, you know, crazy. They go crazy. So
We definitely saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
Now, Arlo, please don't come in with the dev attitude, but
What that mean, boss? What the dev
We know
attitude?
what the dev attitude is. We know what the dev attitude is.
Yeah, for
Like for
sure.
real, for real. That whole space is about the
That's
dev
funny.
attitude. But yeah, good stuff.
That's too
My
funny.
vote is for Frenian, but be full stack.
And yeah, we could tell Boss loves the front end because we got the StreamYard going crazy, the overlays and different things. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to
Look,
switch
no,
one of these screens
look,
here soon.
I hadn't even thought about it. I'm still over here thinking like, I like this so much. Maybe I need to moonlight in some graphic design classes or something like that. But now you
Right.
just see a front end, and I'm like, wait now.
Mm-hmm. 1000%. No, I need myself to like actually it's interesting, like a full circle moment. I was doing my little, writing journey in the mornings before I pick up my phone. It's been working well for me. But I was talking about I need to really start like coding. Last night I was watching some videos on like shorthand Python and shorthand JavaScript, especially because I've been like cooking up different bots for the Twitch side and the streaming side. So I'm trying to learn a lot in that. Have been learning a lot in that, but I just need to get in like code in general, try to do some mini apps. It's like, cause like you're saying, there's a cheat code by having like the front end design aspect of like, I have a vision of like what I want to get out. And I know you do too. So it's like, that's a super valuable skill, especially when I'm going through some of these mini apps and I'm like, it need a little sauce and color. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all good. Now everybody's growing and building. It's cool. It's cool to see. This year's going to end up. I don't even know. We haven't even seen like the big teams pop up with their strategies. Their strategies are acquire and utilize and apply the tech that they buy out, which is an interesting strategy. But yeah.
And I mean, we've been seeing it all week, or at least over the past few weeks. Even though I know we're not super into the markets yet, but to just like pull back a little bit on what I was talking about earlier this week during the comments was like, we're seeing folks building, and the big builders so far at the top of this cycle has been Doodles, and we. They now just recently released the collab with Universal Monsters, which is all of the classic monsters like Frankenstein. For me, I think about it as all the black and white monsters are now about to get a Doodles treatment. So I'm like, what do you mean Bride of Frankenstein is going to be in like a gown, like a bright pink gown, and running around in the Doodles universe or something? Like, what's going on with that? So
that's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, but like you've been talking about, like acquiring, collaborating. We just saw Doodles literally like 2 weeks ago drop a Fruit Loops collab. Like they've been with McDonald's, they've been with Crocs. Like Doodles are trying to get some main character energy in the piece, and I've been seeing like think pieces online and stuff like that about what's going on, what that means for holders, what that means for the space overall, and it's some good stuff. So we'll see how it goes.
1000%. Ray in the building. What's going on, fam? Good to see you. No, 1000%. And I finally did see a lot of that on the timeline. I did see the teaser with kind of the doodle treatment on those monsters. What's the like the Frankenstein, like it's like Elvira or Elmira or something like that? What is
it's Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, okay, that's right. Right.
It's Frankenstein, Dracula, Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, and I think the Swamp Monster or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's literally all the big classic ones. And I'm like, what are you about to do with this? Like, are you gonna bring all these classic monsters now, to the modern treatment, having them look like Doodles, having kids running around with Frankenstein plushies or something like that? Like, what's going on?
I wonder if it's gonna be like. I wonder if the pitch to Universal was like the Dullsville approach, like taking this, giving it a fresh, painting remake, a colorful, approach to the old black and white stuff, which would be like that makes perfect sense for Doodles in there, That's tight. That's tight.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see how it builds. Yeah, it's just interesting. Like being in LA and going to like Universal Studios and going like on the little tram tour or whatever, and then seeing those like old school posters. It's like that's a major collab. And
correct.
I saw like kind of like a little think piece on it on the timeline, and it was he's a non-holder, and he was like, I'm kind of upset with like the way that the space is kind of going, where collections are just like, okay, what's in it for me, how come the floor price isn't immediately skyrocketing type vibes. And he's like, this is like a major collab, and I'm not seeing holders, doodles holders that are like excited about it, or on the other end like kind of upset about it, which is crazy. And they're like, this is a monumental partnering, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool to see that side, to where it's like, okay, we need to get out of the mentality of like when Lambo's
Right,
still here. It's like,
right.
why?
I
Right.
feel the
It
same
is
way,
what it
and
is.
I think I saw that same piece that was
Okay.
hilarious that I mentioned as well, that was
Yeah.
talking about the same thing. And just with you verbalizing that now in my mind, I'm thinking that was such, for those of us who were here, that was such a last cycle before that mindset. And I think this new cycle, especially how a lot of these legacy projects are moving, um, I'm wondering when the mindset itself will change, because
Mm,
I don't really feel like we've had any newer projects or any legacy projects that have come forward with something that has skyrocketed them on the charts,
right.
and like skyrocketed the floor price or something like that. And perhaps that might not be what the main point is for this next cycle. And
Exactly.
so when is when is the main mindset gonna change to when Lambo floor price go up, to like what's the next big collab, like who we partnering with next, when I'm gonna see some IP on TV, when I'm gonna see
Yeah.
some IP on a major label or something like that.
Like, we're just gonna see the collection grow, period. Keep
Yeah,
working and growing. To that point though, boss, I think the collection that has done it, so I mean, I can see if by comparison and comparison culture, I hate comparison culture, but Penguins kind of has done that though. Like,
yeah,
when it comes to like, they had the toys in Five Below, Walmart, Target, started with Amazon. I think every one of those situations, floor price did creep up on each one of those wins. So I mean, from outside looking in, I could see some of those doodle holders being upset, but it's like, at the same time, don't be falling in that comparison trap, like, just be
especially
be
especially when
you're in the camera. Good.
especially when Doodles, not too long ago, well, I can't say not too long ago, I thought this was a while ago, but especially
Right.
when Doodles said that they're not an NFT project anymore.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have said that
So,
type of thing though, but it's like,
so
uh,
maybe you're reaping what you sow.
mm,
We know there was a lot of talk on the timeline when all that happened, but hadn't
yeah.
really seen too much past that. But we see it now.
Yeah.
Maybe the holders are like, well, they're not an NFT collection. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of that anymore. I don't know. We'll see.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, yeah, I don't know why, I mean, I understand why, but it's also the same thing. It was also the same, in the same exact vein as like the rodeo thing, when
Mm-hmm.
they're like, let's get rid of like the crypto BS and all that. I understand what they were trying to say, but the way that it came across was all bad. Just like with Doodles, they're like, we're not an NFT. I understand you're trying to say like, we're not just an NFT collection, we are much more, and blah blah blah, and plan to be much more. But the way that it came off and the way that it was stated, we need a bit more PR, a little bit
Correct.
of PR
Correct.
training.
Correct. You could have run
Uh,
that through Chat GPT, and they would have said, "No, don't do that."
Exactly. 1,000%. That is too funny. Oh, what other news did I have, boss? What other news you got?
Another one that I got, which is continuing to see legacy projects evolve, grow in what way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
If you remember Rug Radio,
Oh,
that was
okay.
correct. That was started by Farouk, which was one of the big influencers and I guess
Yes.
thought leaders at the time in the past cycle. Um, and was very much started to be like a decentralized media. They
Yeah.
were sponsoring spaces. They had an NFT project that was, I think, like looked like rugs that people could use for
Yeah.
their dinners and things like that. And definitely became a platform that was trying to give creators like a larger voice in the
Yeah.
space through almost like I guess I can almost say like franchising a platform. The only thing I can really think about it as is almost like a media company. If you think of like an iHeartRadio or a
Yeah.
loudspeakers network, where they you have the platform, you have the artists that are up under it that are dropping their podcasts or streaming uh, in a whole schedule and things like that. They recently announced this week that they are going to start to phase out the Rug Radio token and their Genesis
Mm.
NFT, which is the rugs that I just talked about, because they've been acquired by Myriad. And
What's
Myriad,
what's Myriad?
correct. We don't really know a whole lot about what Myriad is, but when I went to look it up, Myriad is a prediction market app.
Okay.
So you can almost think of it as like it's pretty much a betting app. Not gonna lie to you, it's a betting app where you
Okay.
can go and you can use your money to stake on whether or not things will happen. Um, let's see, maybe I can do this on the fly. I know I have
Yeah.
it.
Hey, I know. Get into it. Get into it.
I know.
The funniest part about like the term prediction market
Correct. Come
is
on,
so
say
funny
it.
to me because it's like it's probably like the most sly reskinning of nah, we betting and gambling. It's like no, come over here to these prediction markets. What? No, that's I don't know. Hey, sometimes I gotta be in tune to some of these marketing tactics just to know what's out there, what's going on. But that's always been a core mission, core vision of Ohnahji is like breaking down what's really going on, what these terms really mean. You know what I'm saying? Which is funny. So that's interesting to see how they got picked up and what that's gonna look like. I forget. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen Froke and Rug Radio in a hot minute. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
well,
cool that they're still going.
I have my notifications on for Discord, and I've been seeing over in the Rug Radio Discord that he's kind of been talking. And so we got Myriad up for here, and like look at this, like
Yeah.
we see coin, we see will Donald Trump visit China in 2025, new
Oh my
Solana all-time high by the end of the year. So we see kind of some of that going on when it comes to Myriad. So when we talk about a prediction market, that's what they're giving. But then we start out well. Overall, though, Rogue Radio was acquired by Myriad. Myriad
Yeah.
also owns Decrypt.
Oh, really?
Correct, which is one
How
of the larger
how
like.
long have they owned that for?
I'm not sure about Decrypt, but so now it's a whole Myriad, it's a whole set of companies like over the larger ecosystem. So it's
Yeah.
Myriad, it's Decrypt, it's now Rug Radio, and so Myriad is really positioning themselves to turn around and be like the new decentralized media platform. When you have Decrypt, which is usually more like writing news in that way, you have
Yeah.
Rug Radio, which is now larger streaming audio media. You have prediction markets now for this. The vision is starting to come forward. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
But that was very interesting to me is that they're going to start to sunset that token, that Rug Radio token, and move and start to be managed under that larger network. And I think so. From what I was kind of reading about it, if I remember correctly, it's the Myriad company. Is more about like storytelling, independent journalism. So
Okay.
it's giving decentralized media 2.0.
Mm. And competitors, we have what, like Now and
Correct.
what, Paragraph? Paragraph just acquired Mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. It's very interesting. I think the only part that I don't like about all of that is just like sunsetting an OG token.
Yeah.
Like that makes no sense. I feel like anybody who does that, any collection that does that in the future, they're going to come back and be like, we shouldn't have done that. Or we're probably going to see a bunch of companies reviving them when people are like, oh, what's your oldest piece in this collection? What's your oldest piece? Like that provenance, that timestamp is going to be super important, to somebody, to at least enough people to make it worthwhile to keep it around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's just a huge backwards thing but I think that's another capitalism thing. It's like we built something, we got acquired, cool, we're at this stage now. Whatever came before it, oh well, sunset it. It's like, I think that's way too much of a Web 2 capitalism business, whatever, that we're holding on to, that people are going to regret in the end, for sure. Like,
I agree because what was the reason?
Well, I mean, the
where the
reason
cost
was money.
But also, like, do you not see the potential? Like, if you zoom
Right.
out, do you not see the potential that it could mean for the company, even if you did keep it?
Yeah.
If they did keep it, and maybe that was the Genesis NFT. We've already seen so many Genesis NFTs go, continue into secondary and continue into new projects that are under that Genesis. Why not continue to take those Rug Radio NFTs, add something that, new to it that will give you access to new Myriad stuff, new Decrypt things, new Rug Radio stuff. Continue to build on that, much like Myriad. And I think I keep calling the Myriad. Let me look this up because I keep forgetting.
It's like you can easily wrap those old tokens and attach them to new whatever ecosystem. That's super easy. You don't have to like completely abandon it, it's interesting. I don't know. Yeah. I want to, like, for me, I want to like know, on the human psychology side, if there's like a Venn diagram of like collectors, like OG collectors, I'm not even talking like Web3, just like collectors in general versus like, CEOs, business people, whatever, founders and stuff. Like, how much overlap are these CEOs and these different, heads of companies, business people, whatever? How much are they collecting? Because I'm sure there's something that, oh, my bad. I'm sure there's something out there that they collect. Gotta be. I mean, so like, how do you, like you're saying, like if you zoom out and you don't see the value, like, do you not understand the technical aspects too of this? Because I understand like digital collectibles is brand new. It's weird. It's different, but there's going to be so much value in that, especially because we're not even really at the real world assets paired with the digital collectibles part yet.
Correct.
I don't know.
Yeah. Excuse me. I know I kept saying Myriad, but the holding company for all of them, for Myriad, Rug Radio, Decrypt, is called Dostin, something like that. But as you said, as you acquire that, you have the opportunity to not only acquire the larger company, but all the auxiliary things that come with that.
Mm-hmm.
And this was still, this was still a way to keep a firm hold in Web3. Now, I'm sure they're going to keep a firm hold in Web3 regardless, with Decrypt and tech reporting overall. but it's just it's a missed opportunity, and it does still feel very Web 2. And with somebody like Farouk, I would think that he probably hopefully spent a moment to be like, we have a great opportunity here. And they were like, nah, we're not. We hold you now. You're gonna do this. This is what it's gonna be. Shut it down. Or maybe perhaps they'll come up with something better. Maybe there will be a new token that will give you access to, you know, all the holding company properties or something. I don't know. But go ahead. What'd you say?
There's plenty of people that I can directly point to, founders of other like collections and stuff and different things, that truly believe NFTs aren't dead. But it seems that there's a lot of people out there that truly believe we hit the peak of what digital collectibles was. And to me, I'm like, that's interesting. Like, I feel like anybody who has that mindset wasn't here for a couple different cycles for like Bitcoin alone, to where we're seeing like these massive gains and then these pullbacks, massive gains, pullbacks. We're in a pullback right now that's at what, 113? Like a massive drastic pullback off world news, and we're at 113. It's like, for me, it puts in perspective like the whole landscape of how long I've been in crypto. But when I see people just like counting out digital collectibles, like just counting them out, I'm like, I get confused because I see, you know, founders like Jesse and Base, and he knows NFTs aren't dead. Like, he knows. And I see people like, you know, Luca and Pudgy. I'm like, he knows NFTs aren't dead. Like, it's just getting started. So it's just interesting to see like so many people kind of just like, oh, that was it. That was fun. And I talked about it when I went to, you know, NFT LA. Was that this year? Early this year, I think. And the whole sentiment was like, oh man, I remember like the good old days. I remember when we were, you know, millionaires. I remember when, you know, we were doing this and whoop-de-wop and traveling to Dubai and Qatar and like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like it's just hard for me because I know if and when that returns, it's like, I'm serious, it's going to eclipse everything that came before it. I know that's like a hard thing to wrap around, especially if it hasn't happened yet. But all those people who are just like doing that's like the woe is me, like, oh my God, like we lost it all, like that, just that mental toll on people when it does come back, and they're just going to be like, oh my God, we're back again, and I gave up on it, and like I messed up all my original stuff. I you know, lost my wallet and I threw it away. I don't know. It's like, it's just a very interesting like human psychology thing for me on like giving up on stuff and how fast people are giving up on something. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been like 2-3 years, literally. It's like, that's crazy. We're not even out of high school yet.
Correct. Yeah, correct. But we see that happen so often because we are in such a society and a mindset that is, you know, gratification is not delayed. If you want it, you want it now.
Right.
And so, but I mean, I really do think over time, and I mean, we even see this in regular financial markets, like over time, the delayed gratification, the patience that you can have is ultimately going to net you more than getting it quickly. So there's every excuse to stick with it rather than hurry, you know, trying to hurry up and get it quickly. And that for me is a lot of times is what keeps me motivated, because I know I can, as stuff is building in the background, I can build in the foreground doing all this great stuff.
Yeah.
And then when it all hits, like I'm at a double place rather than
KOL.
Correct. Instead of being like, you know, taking this up and down, which look, I need my peace. I'm at the age where I'm like, I'm not 25. I'm not going to be running around literally chasing after this stuff. Like, I'm finna chill. I need some peace right now. I got the patience as well. Let's see what that's gonna bring me.
Yeah, 1000%. It's just the other hardest part for me is like I can understand if like nobody was building, but like literally the tech is innovating more than it ever has. Like, you know, we're in the mobile side now. We're in the mobile and the streaming side now. I wouldn't even guess we were be in the streaming side of this yet. Like, that's crazy. So it's like, how are we? I don't know. I don't get it. But hey, if if everybody gives up and we the ones rocking still, cool, whatever. But I just, you know, I'm the type of person that wants to get to the top with all the homies. You know what I'm saying? It's hard when like, and something about the home team too is like they know when they're like, dang, okay, I had to step away. Some other people didn't. It's like, dang, sometimes it's embarrassing to have to come back to be like, okay, can I pop in? Can I not? Like, I don't know if I should. How's it going to look like on me, my character, whatever, whoop-de-wop. And then you put it off for so long and keep putting off, and then you just never get back in. And I think that might be a whole lot of creators. It's like, nah, hop back in. That's why I keep saying like, we're early, but everyone's like, no, it's the end, it's done, it's dead. You know, the bubble burst or whatever, whatever. Like, no, we're still in the very beginning of this tech. Literally, still only 1% of humans globally know that this thing is a thing. It's like, I don't know.
It doesn't compute to me how people can say that when nearly everything else that is a mainstay in our lives today has had peaks and valleys.
Right.
So yeah, the bubble for that part might have burst, but something new is already emerging. Do you not see that? Do you not already see the better things that are coming? All the things that we talked about in the past cycle that we're now starting to see finally being built or finally coming to fruition now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it will get to the top of that and things will change as well. And then something new will finally come forward and innovate more, better, you know, as interesting as it is and as surprising that it was to see a huge platform like Rug Radio, who was at the top of the last cycle, be acquired by a holding company.
Right.
Again, if you zoom out to see the holding company now is hanging on to other larger decentralized media properties.
Yeah.
And putting that together, if they push that forward, you have a whole new network of decentralized media that could come in all types of channels. Like they could turn around and partner with Base and end up being, you know, having shows, having it, you know, end up being like almost like a Twitch, or adding being the media arm of somewhere like Base, which 2 or 3 weeks ago we were talking about. I think I was saying Base looks like it might be the one-stop shop. Who's to say that 2 weeks from now we might hear that Base is now partnered with The Stand to bring Rug Radio, Decrypt, and Myriad to the Base app, and again, you have a one-stop shop. Like it, and this is just how my mind is working. But sometimes I don't understand, like, how come other people aren't able to zoom out and see that what this could potentially mean. Now, it may not happen in that way. It may happen in a completely different way, but the possibility is there. So it's not all done. It's not all over. It's truly just beginning if you have the foresight to step back and look and see what the scope of the space is doing, rather than what's happening right here directly in front of you, which might not be a lot.
Mic drop. Don DeMarco. I need my soundboard. No, 1000%. And
I'm clipping that, by the way.
Real quick. Absolutely. W clip. That's too funny. One of the coolest parts about this too, and it's like, I kind of, you know, shout out to the Ohnahji community or the Ohnahji fam. One of the OG homies, Jataro, he came into the Discord this morning and he was like, yo, I put my Ohnahji IP to use. It's like, I just created my first Amazon, ebook, my first book, and about two of the characters. And like, I can't wait to pick that one up. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like, it's very cool to see, this thing's not dead. None of it. So, and like you were saying earlier, these big companies are out here shopping. Stuff is on sale and they're out here shopping. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I see you, Freeze. That's what's up. Shout out to you. Heck yeah. That's what's up. The Soulmate Experience. W for the OhnahjiIP. Yeah. Yeah.
And I picked mine up real quick because I got a Kindle. Gotta go get an oil change and not too long from now, and we'll be reading it. Be reading it. Gotta put a review up for the fam. So excited to see that. So I'll be very, very excited to see that. We gotta also probably talk a bit more about it in the upcoming content, but some great stuff. That's awesome to see. That's very awesome to see.
1000%. It's cool. Everybody's building. Like, I know everybody's got so many ideas, and it's cool to see. I can't wait just for the next cycle. And also too, I don't know how you feel about this, boss. But I've seen some people talking about like, okay, that was fun. That was the bull. And I'm like, wait, what? No. I know y'all can't believe that was the bull. We're still in all-time high season. And then like that. No, that's not the bull. You'll know when the bull is here. You'll know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes.
That wasn't it.
Correct.
That might have been a baby bull, maybe, but no, that's not.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's like here in Texas, we actually experienced it over the past 2 weeks. We're now starting to get at a better place weather-wise. But Texas is known like crazy weather, always hot. It finally started to cool down 2 weeks ago. Like we were hitting highs of like 85, 88, 90. And then just this past week, we're back to 95, 98. But we already know come October, probably next week and the next couple of weeks, we're gonna start to drop it back down again. And probably finally get into the fall weather when we're knocking on the door of winter. So the same thing happens in markets. Like we have that rise, we've got the pullback, like we've already talked about. We saw that this week with Bitcoin. It's gonna continue going. We know this is not the end of Bitcoin. It's not gonna drop back to 115 bucks a coin. Like
that's impossible at this point.
Literally, it's a literal breath. Inhale and exhale. Come on.
Because if people looking at it for it to hit 150, I'm buying at 300. I'm buying at 3,000. And there's a lot of me's out there. And that's how that works, Aquazi in the building. What's going on, family? What's good, man? We're just rocking on this OhnahjiU Saturday. Got the little ones at home too, But just rocking this OhnahjiU Saturday, our longest running segment. Been talking about emerging technology, the Boss 2.0, and the Ohnahji fam, the home team, since February 2022, y'all. And it's been a good time, and it's cool too because, boss, baby, you're in the cam. It's cool too because even going back with a bunch of these different conversations that we've had over time, shout out to Dina Combs, Boss 2.0, putting that Spotify together, archiving a bunch of that old content. But when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, we were right about a whole lot of things, which is cool too, because over time, what happens is, me, boss, I see through everybody in the Ohnahji fam will start to share our opinion more over time because of those past. Okay, we were right about this. It kind of just cements like our lens, our view in this space in emerging tech. When unfortunately in the beginning, a lot of us were, I can speak for me. Definitely on the like imposter syndrome side. Like, do I really know this stuff? Do I really know what I'm talking about? But now it's like, oh, now you know what they're talking about. Simple as that. Which is fun. So I think, and it is cool, dabbling in a new medium and bringing our insight and our our flow over into the video side, bringing it over to the live streaming, it's like that adds a whole new element for documenting our process going forward. So it's going to be cool just to see the next 3 years and how that looks, and what different things we predict and are here for in the next 3. So it's gonna be fun. It makes me excited just to see how the space continues to grow, because like we had our eyes on the pulse for sure for a lot of things, which is really cool. So
yeah. And I mean, and we've been the ones that have kind of been the blueprint on how you do that. And I mean, I feel like I speak with confidence like that now, because beforehand I don't think I would have said something like that. But we have literally, the life has happened. We've had to step away, whether it's both of us, all of us, whatever it is, and then we come back into it with more and better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's with the blueprint that it's possible. It's okay, and it's okay to do, because this whole thing that we have that is now majority digital is different than what's going on and what happens sometimes in our own physical life. So you've got to think about some of that. And when those happen, there's always a balance. It's Libra season for me. Like, come on.
There you go.
It's all about the balance. So you can step out, come back in, still be welcomed, continue to still grow, continue to still change. We've done that. Truly, this is, I feel like we're in OhnahjiU University like 3.0 now, if not higher than that.
It's cool.
We're on multiple projects by now. We're in multiple places. We're literally streaming in 1, 2, 3, 6 destinations right now.
Hey.
Like, we only used to be in 1, maybe 2.
Utilizing that tech. Let's go.
Yeah. So you can always come back and grow and change, and I hope others might look at us in that way and be able to do it. Come on back.
For sure. Yeah.
Come on back. And revive some of that old stuff, because some of that old stuff was fire.
What I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna get on the timeline in my wallet. I'm gonna flip the oldest. I'm gonna filter, put that oldest on top, and I'm gonna start copy and pasting and tagging people on the time. You know what? I'm gonna do some of that today. I'm not lying.
Come on. Get these
Cypher's in Cypher in the building. What's going on, fam? It's good to see you.
Cypher.
Yes. That's what's up. Dang, that was a quick hour, boss. We was cooking.
I know. We ran through it. It was good stuff, though. Good stuff.
I love it. How much time you got? We good? We rocking?
I probably got another like 15, 20 in case we want to take that. But yeah.
What are some of the things that on the topic of the future and on the topic of OhnahjiU, what are some of the get into a little building public segment? So like what types of things are on your radar for some OhnahjiU goals, some things you want to see us take it, so that we can, set some accountability, mostly for me.
No, for me too.
No, but you be killing it. You was like, I'm gonna do the streaming thing. I came and I opened up the app and I was like, okay, boss, been to work. So shout out to you.
Play no games. Like, look, because I mean, and I think some of that for me is where I would like to not only see myself go, but see us go. Taking this. When I think about streaming, I know a lot of folks are like coming onto Twitch and that culture. But for me, when I think about streaming, I think about YouTube. I think the YouTubers that I watch. I think about what I see now is what the YouTubers that I've watched over the past 2 years have used.
Right.
I'm a big pop culture girl. So when I think about pop culture folks like Funky Dineva, T.S. Madison, and Craig the Writer Stewart, like they are on StreamYard and have built truly huge entire platforms, from talking about topics and commentary to where they're receiving brand deals. There are people approaching them to advertise on their platforms, and they use stuff like StreamYard. A bit more basic like this. They're not big on layouts, but you know me, Libra season aesthetic. It's got to look good for me to be excited about it. And this
Yes.
is good. So I'm excited to be here. But for us, for Ohnahji, it's long way to getting around to what we were talking about. Literally 2 days ago, what I would love to probably see us do is step a little bit more into the education aspect. I
Okay.
know we were very much big on it. We do it so much already here in front, in writing, but having a way for people to come and receive education, whether that's a course and,
Right.
an assessment at the end of it, and then continuing to bring the blockchain into it with whether that's an NFT, some type of certification that people can take with them to show that they've acquired this information through our platform. Uh, I actually got in Gemini and was kind of doing
Hey.
some research and trying to figure out what is the next version of that, because we have started some of it. But I think at the time there were just some technical barriers for us that were like, okay, this is a lot to try to maneuver and try to, produce and ship with
Right.
the that we have involved. And so, being that was a little bit a while ago, I've been looking into how we can take some of the information that we already have and what is the next version of that, because I know that there are tools out there that can help make it more convenient for us to get back into that.
Yeah.
And so continuing just to continue the education that we do, through these outlets, but then also having ways for folks to get education outside of us coming on and just chatting about it. So yeah, curriculum is going to return. I would love to see curriculum returning. I got a whole couple of threads and took some notes to play around and see how we can make that happen.
Sick. That's what we need. And a lot of the adjacent communities that we were kind of building with, that were on the more techie side on that, shout out to Learn, shout out to a bunch of other different platforms out there. But I think that's one of the things, like, we were holding off, like building the infrastructure, because other, companies and, communities that we were aligned with, they were they were already building those things. And I was like, so it was more like a partner thing, just kind of providing some curriculum, some coursing and stuff like that. But it's like but a lot of them aren't here anymore, which is, with the tech, you got to keep the lights on. This, a lot of that stuff is expensive. You got to pay for back end, you got to pay for all, and a lot of people find that out, which is cool though, which is cool. But yeah, I think we're at the point where if there's not a whole lot of people that are doing it, there's not a whole lot of people that are really educating anymore. It's like, if you need some crypto education, like, the best place, like we were saying earlier in the chat, is like conferences. And that's expensive. You can't be flying out to, I know I can't be flying out to conferences left and right all the time, week after week and stuff. And that's draining on your mental anyway, even if you can. It's like, so there's got to be a better way, to get that information out. And we're going to return to that. So do you think, boss, you think it, because we, like you were saying, we do a lot as far as, like, the streaming side, shout out to chat. They've been coming through. Like, we love, your approach to streaming, period. Like, this is a breath of fresh air. Like, a lot of the homies in chat were saying that since April, since I came over yapping away. But do you think, we should return back to, like, actual, like, classes in the Discord type vibes, or, work on, platform, or all of it, or whatever works, let me know your thoughts there.
I mean, honestly, look, the classes when we had those,
So
wow, like, wow. And look, that was early. That was like in 2022, maybe.
Yep.
And we had a few of those. I think for us, it has, when we look back at it, it's kind of shown to, like, step by step move into it. I think if we can start with something that is offline and then move into that, as those start to build, heck yeah. When I spoiler alert, one of the things I was asking Gemini is what are parameters that we would need to take to be accredited.
Let's go. What is fit out? I think I've asked the boss a couple of those things too.
Directly off the top. I was like, this is a long goal. I think Let Me
Yeah.
Be Ambitious real quick. I don't remember exactly off the top. And it was actually on my other side. I can't pull it up right now, but yeah, I mean, you've got to have some type of vision. And I know all of us in some way, shape, or form have an idea of what we want things to ultimately look like. But when it
Yep.
comes to goal setting, and especially I do this with my team a whole lot, we always start with the big one, and then we pull it back to a smaller one. We pull it back to a smaller one from there. We pull it back to a smaller one for there. And for
Yeah.
me, that the first step was being like, okay, we have this information. How can we take this and get it to a place where we can have others access it and be assessed on it, and then from
Mhm.
there, and then the next step from there. But I mean, yeah, accreditation was kind of hot, and it was a bit of a lot because when you think about that, you have to start to base your education uh, on codified information, and there's not really any codified information about Web3 and the blockchain.
Mm.
So coming from that takes you in another direction where you have to start to take the information and codify it so that there can be standards found so that you can receive accreditation. Like you can show that this is what you are teaching and people are learning this in a way that is beneficial to them.
Right.
And that as an educational platform, codifying information and becoming a method, like that's when you start to look into patents and trademarks.
Yep. 1000%.
So, like, are we getting into the Ohnahji method? Are we getting into the Ohnahji system?
Yeah.
Like what? And that for me is whoa. I
Yeah.
I think about that.
I think no, I think yeah, for me, I think we have an Ohnahji method, you know, if even if it's not right now like written down and able to be shared like on a corporate type level, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Like
Mhm.
but I have been learning a lot just recently with, you know, shout out to my work with knowledge, just building up, you know, those startup vibes and, you know, just working with, you know, my wife. Shout out to Hey Miss V. Shout out to Noah in the building. Good to see you, family. WU fam. Um, but just working with like just like corporate documents and like what goes into, you know, what goes into that. And it's a lot, but it is basically just, you know, outlining, putting on paper, writing down, you know, the ethos, mission, vision, um, how it works, how the company works, you know. But we've talked about that, you know,
Mhm.
especially with like undivided attention, you know. We said like this is our structured segment and this is how, you know, this is how Ohnahji does interviews type vibe. So yeah, I'm excited. And especially we have all the tools that'll help us, you know, write that stuff down
Mhm.
in the best ways possible. Shout out
Mhm.
to Noah in the building. Got the gifted tier, got the gifted sub going crazy. Appreciate you, family.
What's
That's what's up. That's
up?
love. That's love. Don't you know it, man? That's love. I dig that. Heck yeah. So yeah, we're on our way. We're on our way. We got some, you know, and our mission has been to elevate and share, you know, about this emerging tech, and we've done a really good job of distilling down this information and, you know, bringing it in a language that people can actually understand, which is like, you know, we say that like it should be just a common thing, but it really should be a common thing, but it's not, you know. And a lot of that is gatekeeping. You know, you talked about like the dev mentality and the dev attitude earlier, and a lot of that is that it's just like, you know, subconscious or even consciously sometimes it's like making stuff overly complicated, and I'm guilty of it too, you know. I'll be talking in circles a lot of times, but it's like Ohnahji has done a really good job of, you know, honing in on what's really going on. How do we really get this information out, and also utilizing the tools while we're teaching them to be able to help do that as well too, which is real fly. So, heck yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, we killing it. We killing it. We been. Well, we already know. It's been a good time. It's been a really good time. It's been fun. I just can't wait to see how the future looks because, you know, every new medium, every new, for me, it's like every new like tech innovation, new chain, new advancement, whatever, new protocol. It's just like a new medium to us to dabble in, you know, just a new medium for us to dabble in. Kind of gives me like fresh legs of can I approach this? What's going on? You know, it has its, I like emerging tech because, you know, it's not perfect. It's not polished, but I like being able to be an artist and create within some parameters, some set parameters. Like tell me what I can do, what I can't do, and I'm gonna think outside the box and, you know, approach it in our own Ohnahji way, which is real fly. Free said I've been trying to get my friend in here. That's love. That's love, Freeze. Nah, that's love. Appreciate you. Shout out to y'all. You know, telling everybody about the Ohnahji fam. That's love. Appreciate y'all so much. I think the other thing for me, boss. Dang, what was I gonna say? I had no, I lost it. What you got? What you got? We've been, I mean, these yapping with B segments, and we've been breaking down
where you
some
at with that?
complex stuff.
Today, what?
Yesterday was 60 something. Crazy. 60 something. Y'all just in here, you know, or just knocking on the door of 350 followers over on the Twitch side. It's like we're going like crazy, you know. And I hope it's all helpful. You know, I hope it's all helpful. Hope you guys are always learning stuff. You know, each and every call. It's been a good time. It's been a really good time.
The conversation that we have, you know, I'm thinking like from undivided attention, like do I need to have a companion post about it somewhere? Like even with some of this, it's been continuing for me to think, okay, how can, even though this is long form, how can I take some of this and get it into short form? I definitely want to, you know, have my face in front of the camera a little bit more, talking about what's going on, not only from what we've been talking about in our places and spaces, but also what's going on over on campus. Stuff like, you know, the ebook from Jotaro and things like that. Some of the great conversations that we have over there, so you can kind of see, like over like a whole scale of what we are talking about that has been consistent for such a long time. And what are the best ways to get that out to folks?
Yeah, 1000%.
And it just gives me, because I think I said this earlier in the week. Like, we've been these people. Like, we are on streaming. We've been in audio, High Rug Radio. We've been in blogging. We've been in writing, in journalism. Hello, Decrypt. Like, we I guess you can kind of say we've been in gambling and betting. Hello, NFC Projects. Like, we are already our own little holding company of brands and properties that
1000%,
you know, that we're pushing information out to. So maybe I need to do a little bit more studying about what's going on over there on that side and see how we can not tap into that for us over here on this side, so we can become almost the same. Because for me, as your dean of communications, this is what we should be moving forward into. You know, the writing, the streaming, the more, the in this, because it strengthens what you are presenting. It gives it a lot of legitimacy, and I think that's what we saw from the stand acquiring all these larger platforms that are bringing media to the masses.
Right. So Free said, "Cook, boss, 1000%." I agree. Shout out to you, Freeze. That's what's up.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I think also, you know, one of the key pieces is just like being transparent about how we've been able to do it. And I think, you know, one of the coolest parts and one of the key pieces of that has been us literally just documenting our journey. documenting what's going on, documenting the conversations being had, documenting, what not only the Ohnahji fam and community is building, but what everybody else is building as well too. Just, doing that investigative journalism and documenting it and being, transparent about what's really going on. Keeping an unbiased lens about stuff. And I think that has positioned us to be able to grow in the way that we have, organically, and to be like a safe space, a beacon, a home base for, people to come back and be like, okay, I know what Ohnahji is telling me is going to be, some factual and safer things. You know what I'm saying? They've got the community's best interests at heart, and there's only a few far between communities that can really say that as well too. So I implore you, like all of you, chat, everybody that's out there, anybody in the future listening to this, one of the things that I tell people as well too is just, if you're looking to build something, just build it. Start it up, make it perfect later. Things are going to change, the environment's going to change, the medium's going to change for sure. But the first key piece is you have to name it and go. And I've been saying that phrase to a lot of people recently this past week. It's like, okay, I have these ideas. I want to do this. I want to do this. I was like, okay, name it and go. What's the name of it? Oh, I don't know. I'm working on that. Okay, name it and go. Whatever it is, come and try to come up with a unique name. That's the easiest way too. Don't get yourself into troubles. Don't name it something that somebody else owns clearly. You know what I'm saying? Come up with a unique name and go for it. Put it out there. And it's like, once you just manifest it out into the open, into the world, that it's a thing that works on you too, your own, human psychology. It's like you trick yourself into, oh yeah, this thing is a real thing, I'm building it. So just name it and go and perfect it later.
Right.
It's been pretty cool. And all you got to do is just talk. And you can even just start with just talking about what you're building. That's beneficial in itself, just documenting what it actually is and what you're doing. And a lot of times that's what we've been doing on OhnahjiU, and it's been fruitful for people to have that knowledge of, okay, this is what's really going on. So shout out to Cloud in the building. What's good, OhnahjiU? Hand claps, not the hand claps.
We got the soundboard back, baby. We got the soundboard back, and it's customizable.
That's what I'm talking about. Nah, boss over here cooking. W soundboard, W speech. Cloud, how's your day going? How's everything going? What's good? What's good? Well, shout out to the bots going crazy, protecting us too. I see it. No, it's been a really good time. It's been a really good journey. We've got so many ideas. Also, Gilly in the building. Hey, Ohnahji, help your absolutely. Oh, that's what I want to tell y'all. TwitchCon right around the corner. Trying to work it out. It's looking like it's gonna be all right, boss. It's looking like it's gonna be all right. So
okay, good.
I'll know more about that on the back end. But yeah, I'm excited about UVR. Shout out to the homie Jaden. He showed off the merch that I cooked up on stream last night. They was all going crazy. He was going crazy. Yeah.
Ooh,
so we did some tote bags. We did some tote bags with that design. Free said that was you. Yeah, that was me. So yeah, we got some things cooking up. That's just the first of many, So yeah, the ideas are flowing, y'all. Had a productive day. How's yours? Starting off well. It's been an amazing conversation. Amazing OhnahjiU with Boss 2.0 for sure. We dove into a bunch of stuff. So yeah, it's good to see you. Gilly, are you going to be able to get out to Con 2? Let me know. It's going to be a time, man. It's going to be a good time. So, heck yeah. Just name it and go. And also, okay, so a key piece to that, what I was going to say is like, we're definitely a community-based thing. So if anybody has any ideas on whatever, how to kind of elevate Ohnahji or even build your own thing, right? Let me know. We want to be able to help you amplify what you're doing. If you have ideas for Ohnahji, we're definitely welcoming to all of that for sure. Even if, so it's not like no, I can't help Ohnahji build whatever. They're doing their own IP. They're doing their own thing. No. We're a community vibe. If you guys have some ideas and some stuff you want to bring to the Ohnahji fam as well too, yeah, bring it to me. Bring it to Boss. We'll definitely Yes, we need more of that. So don't be afraid to be like, and don't be afraid to critique what we're doing too. We're really good about taking on it, feedback, criticism, whatever we want to call it. We're really good about that. That helps us out. We're definitely not gonna feel away towards you or anything like that. Nobody from chat's gonna get banned for saying, I think you guys should do something like this. You know what I'm saying? No, it's all good. We definitely know that we're happening to a medium that, for me, I'm an unk. So I know if there's a different way that we should be, the standard operating procedures or, industry standard type vibes, put us on, let us know. That's definitely helpful. It's definitely helpful. I don't know, man. I'm just hoping for a miracle for TwitchCon. Man, I hear that, Gilly. But you never know. It's a week coming up, so you never know. You never know. Still blessed to be in the position I'm in, though. Absolutely. 1,000%. 1,000%. For sure. Yeah, boss. This is another solid one. We cooked.
There we go. As usual. It's feeling like we're hitting the stride over here. I know you've been on your yapping with B, so you know how that's been going. But, for us, as far as getting over on that OhnahjiU side, getting in the groove of it, I feel like we're there.
Yeah, cool. It's a good time. We're killing it, And shout out to y'all for being so welcoming over on the live stream side. It's like, if I would have started over here and I would have been getting trolled left and right, I don't know if I'd be over here still. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I got stuff to build, y'all. But no, shout out to y'all for being so, just welcoming and just receptive. It's very cool. It's very refreshing because in the beginning, a lot of times I've been talking about this emerging tech stuff for a minute, and it, especially the young homies and the older homies, everybody was just like, yo, what are you nerding us to death. So it's cool to see. And that's another one of those markers too, boss, where I'm like, I don't know how people are like giving up right now because like I'm finally talking to people and they're listening to type vibes. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. Shout out to Rec in the building. What's going on, fam? This is a good question. Let's see. There you go. See, boss on it. It would be cool to hear from people who are in the Web3 space but not a part of OhnahjiU, help bring in some different perspective. Absolutely, Freeze, or even someone that doesn't like/understand Web3. 1,000%. I think that was a key piece of the undivided attention as well too. How that started off in 2022, when we were reaching out to other artists and developers and designers that we respected, kind of in the network, but really doing their own thing, building their own universes, their own IPs and stuff like that. So that's where that, that interview undivided attention segment really kind of started, was highlighting just those voices. So we'll do more of that as well too, Freeze, for sure.
And the comments as well. Like it's been,
yes.
It's definitely been on my goals to go ahead and get back to that, because we had a whole lot. We always had, guests coming in for the conversation. On the audio side, it was easier, because you did, people could just come in wherever they were, however they looked. But reaching out, a couple of people, when I say we're streaming, they're like, ooh, okay, let me know. I gotta have my life in order. I gotta, make sure I have the specs to make sure that happens. But most definitely that will continue. That will be happening over on the comments and even over here on OhnahjiuSaturday. So
yeah,
on this opposite side, it's kind of, like I said, we're hitting our stride for it, but all that will definitely be coming, because we gotta not only add the perspective, but also continue to bring that education. And we don't know everything, so we're gonna definitely bring in people who do know to help us continue to educate and talk about the things that y'all want to know more about.
Yeah, and now we got these bots and toolings. I'll use a couple of my daily prompt allotment that I give myself, try to be cognizant of the resources and the water and all that good stuff. But we definitely have a wealth of knowledge at our fingertips. This is a crazy point in tech that we're at, for humans. It's like everybody really can find what they need to find. It's like lightning fast, which is insane. But yeah, so shout out to you, Free. Shout out to all you guys in chat. If you guys ever have any questions, you can ask them in chat live, ask them in the back channels. We're Ohnahji everywhere, OHNAHJI. And Yeah, we're OHNAHJI. So tapping with us anywhere. If you have any questions, like freeze, like the question today about airdrops, like simple as that. Like what actually is airdrop? That's a excellent question. You know that not a lot of people outside, not even a lot of people inside Web3 don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? So and a lot of them are using those terms and words to be nefarious, unfortunately, because a lot of people don't really know the mechanisms and the stuff behind them. So yeah, so Chad, keep those questions coming for sure. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing, you know, and I'm proud that we're all growing in this together because like you know, so it's a fresh cycle coming. I'm telling you, it's gonna get energetic. That's what I'm gonna start saying. It's gonna get energetic. But it's fun. But it's fun. And you know, Ohnahji will be a home base, a home you know, a place that you can retreat and get away from the noise if you need to, for sure. Cause yeah, if you guys start dabbling in this emerging tech spaces, things get going. Things get to going. Things get to moving. But yeah, solid. I don't know. Boss, you got anything else you want to close us out?
It's all good. Like, look down here. You know where to find us. Wherever you need us.
That's right. Oh, real quick, that's a solid question. One of the biggest barriers to crypto Web3 is the knowledge you have to get. So this is important to have. 1,000%. Hey, appreciate you, Freeze. No, 1,000%, man. Um, and to me, just the education around this emerging tech is like goes back to the ethos behind Satoshi and the white paper and Bitcoin and just that problem that whole group of developers and stuff around fixing global money was trying to solve, right? It wasn't trying to make a product or make something that nobody could understand or everybody's gate kept out of and stuff like that. Goes against the whole ethos of the whole crypto space. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's interesting, but we'll definitely be one of those spots, those beacons to break down and help learn that together and grow together. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bove in a building with the bits. That's love. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, Cloud, the soulmate experience and love story from the golden era. Very interesting. Shout out to Jataro, one of the OG homies, OG Ohnahji fam. Just recently put the link today in the Discord to the ebook, the new ebook that's utilizing his Ohnahji IP. So some his story around his tokens and all that good stuff. She said, "I'm buying." Hey, me too. Me too. Big facts. That's love. That's what's up. All right, family. Amazing. OhnahjiU Saturday. We cook. Shout out to Boss 2.0. Dina Combs over at the U. If you guys have any questions, you guys can reach out to Boss as well, too. We'll get you covered. If you guys have any ideas, we would love to hear them. But yeah, we're hitting this thing and we're going to keep elevating and growing. And we're doing it. We're doing it. It's a good time. It's a good time. All right, let's see. Get up out of here and we'll shoot somebody a raid real quick because, I love that piece of the tech. I love that. How do you feel about that, Boss? Like, how do you feel about just like the live streaming and the tooling and all that while I get this?
I like it. It's cool. I like it. I do like how you are, rerouting all the folks that were with you over to others. Everybody always seems to be super grateful for it, excited to have us there once we're there and things like that. So it's always good. And I mean, I like all the live streaming. I like the rigmarole. I like the nice. I love having the chats up and being able to put them up. So it's good stuff. It is good stuff. I enjoy it a lot.
That's what's up. That's what's up. No, 1,000%. And I think it's cool too because not a lot of platforms allow that type of tech. Just in itself, and it's like I think we should do our due diligence of utilizing those different features because, like, if we don't, they're gonna pull them type vibes. Or future, tech platforms, they're gonna put out things like that are to help communities grow, and nobody's gonna be using them and all that good stuff. So, wait, you on Snapchat? Are we on Snapchat, boss? I don't know. Maybe
I think
we are.
I feel
Maybe
like
we will be.
Perhaps. I don't think that we are at the time. I think I put that one on there and forgot to take it off. So
No, you're good.
Sorry, but yeah.
Hey,
If we need to
manifestation.
be, we'll be on there. If we need to be, we
Exactly.
have it on there. I'll make sure I fix that for the next one, Aurora. Appreciate it.
All right, let's see. I think we gonna shoot it over to my little young homie, Swaggy G. He's bright young mind in the UVR crew. He recently won the King of the Hill trivia challenge. He bright little. He was cooking them too, like getting them out of there. All different trivia categories. So he actually is live right now, yapping away. But he said his title is reacting to Sora AI videos. And a lot of the
Oh,
streamers are getting into that, which is interesting. So we'll shoot little Swaggy the raid, and we're gonna be up out of here, family. Let's see. You have it on screen? I don't. I don't. I should try. You know what? I should try real quick. Let's see how fast I can do this. Um, Not that quick, apparently. Oh, not bad, not bad. Okay. Let's see. What if we do this? Okay. A little swaggy. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, boss. We out here on OhnahjiU, killing it. We'll see you guys back next Saturday, 10 a.m. PST. But also, we are going to be back again tomorrow, yapping with B, on this daily streak. So yeah, W stream. All right, family, let's get it. Let's get it. We out of here. Let's see if that worked. Boom.